But do you get backlash from people criticism
Yeah.
being a difficult woman and people saying that don't go with her because she don't want to get married and she's just too difficult. Like, do you ever get that? Do you ever hear that? I'm just interested.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time, and that's exactly what my family say about me. I'm just too difficult, and I am going to be mo'onofoa, and I'm like, girl, if I'm not mo'onofoa, I'm gonna be mo'onofoa, like. But yes, I feel like especially at work, it's funny because every time we have like work things like work dinner or Christmas work dinner, everyone brings their partners and their husbands, and they're like, oh, so are you bringing anyone this time? And I'm like, no, just myself. But I guess, but the whole pressure of just, and I guess they would call, me fili or just difficult and single. But honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. I honestly wish I was bothered. The case is with my family, that's what they expect me to do, get married. Just so that I don't, become mo'onofoa or whatever.
Yeah.
See, that bothers me because I actually care about what they say.
Yeah.
But in terms of just, people I've met, saying that I'm like too picky and like, I'm too difficult and like soon if I'm like older, like, it'll be too late.
Nobody's gonna like you or
no one's gonna want me.
Want you, yeah.
Yeah. And all the good ones are gonna be taken and like, this, and I'm like, firstly, I'm not looking for anyone, like I'm happy with where I'm at. And if it happens, it happens. And that's actually none of your business, like if I'm looking or not, if it happens, it happens. But if it comes down to my family and it's, with them, like, oh, you need to hurry up and get married and say all these awful things, then obviously it's gonna affect me because I love my family. But if it's just like people I've met, that say that, then it doesn't really bother me, to be honest.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Did you ever come close to ever getting married at some point in time in life, or just never got to that point?
Oh my God, I'm trying to take myself seriously with that question. I've never come close ever.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't have any cool stories for you today, Will, about that one. Sorry. I wish I did. I honestly wish I did, but I don't.
All right. Yeah. So I want to ask you this question because I feel like because the way you live your life, I know a lot of times, men can get intimidated by that. Instead of getting to know who you are, a lot of times it's because of the labels and what people say. That a lot of men may like. Because that's one of the conversations I had with one of my girls the other day, a couple of weeks ago. We were just talking about that, and she said that she was like, man, well, she's different. She's like she doesn't care about she's come to she's confident being herself, but at the same time like she is aware like she does want to find somebody the other day, and then we were just having a good conversation. It was like I always, because of the label of being this difficult woman, like. People don't really get to know who my true personality. Like I'm I'm a very fun person. I'm a loving, open person. Like if you get over those labels and this criticism, like get to know me, I'm a very great woman. So I want to ask you is like, do you feel like men get intimidated? Like have you ever had experience where men you hear like men get intimidated by you? Like do you ever experience that or hear that or see that you're afraid you're afraid to approach you? Because you're this strong woman. Do you ever have that experience?
I think so. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I think that is
because just put out there like you are a beautiful woman. Like I'm sure there's a lot of men out there, and men watching this like they will love to like take a chance and speak to you and ask you out on a date.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And coming from man, I've been there where I know that feeling where I've seen a woman before. Oh man, I want to ask that, but I feel intimidated sometimes. But so I know that feeling. But that's why I want to talk about it. Yeah, like, do you ever feel like you feel like men are intimidated to approach you?
Yeah, I honestly don't. I wouldn't notice, but I have come across.
Yeah.
I have come across people just, boys just thinking, I don't know, probably, that not even giving me a chance.
Yeah.
To like get to know me and probably just being like, oh nah, she doesn't, she's probably too difficult. She probably thinks she just because she's a model, like I don't even, she probably thinks she's too good for me. Like does she think she's cool, like doing all these photo shoots and stuff like that? No, I definitely get those vibes sometimes.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I'm pretty chill. Like I don't really like if I think my ideal date would be just getting takeout and then going to like a nice view. I don't really like eating out. Like I prefer just getting takeout, and then going to like a really nice view and just like getting out of the car and just eating, and just like chilling. I'm simple. Like I don't have standards of like, you have to take me to this expensive restaurant and you have to pick me up in like a freaking Mercedes or like limo and like you have to have a waitress, like I'm nothing like that. If anything, I'm so chill. Like that's actually my ideal date, or just get food and then like go to a nice view or like a nice beach and just sit out and eat and chill. And I'm that type of girl. Like I'm not the type, like if you take me to like an expensive restaurant or like a restaurant, I'd be like, okay, I think you've got the wrong idea. You've got the wrong girl. Like,
Yeah. So actually, I always find it, because I know that that's something that both men and women experience, right? When you see somebody from the outside and you see their accomplishments, their accolades, what they, their social media. So a lot of times, people, never get a chance to know that person.
And I think that's unfair. Like, you shouldn't judge a person, with their career or what's going on with them. I think you should, don't be shy. Take chances and just go for it. Live with no regrets. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's funny that you've brought that up, Will, because with modeling, like I actually have, like, I just, for some, you go in for castings and stuff like that and not getting the job, being rejected for a particular job and picking another model, I think is like a huge humbling experience, And before, when I first started, I was like, oh, I'm not taking this well, like this sucks, they didn't pick me, like, I went in, and I'm pretty sure like the dress that I was wearing was like, it looked really good and I thought she liked me. Yeah, and long story short, if I don't get the casting or if I don't get the job, it really humbles me, and it doesn't. It's a huge learning experience, and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it because I know that I took that chance. I went for it, did my absolute best, and it didn't work out, and that's fine. Like I'm fine with that, and I think also I should take that into dating world. Just people should do that. Take chances, and rejection is okay. At least you know that you gave it your best shot, and what they you had a feel of it, or what it's so I just think you should just go for it and take the chance.
Okay. All right, all the guys out there listening, take notes.
Hey, not in that way. Naughty, stop being cheeky, eh? Getting cheeky.